This is an adorable set with a very unique feature, and it also makes such cute decor. I am so excited to share this with you. First, we're going to get into my rating, then my review, some final thoughts, and you'll be on your way to the next video. Let's get into it. I do my ratings on a number of metrics to help you figure out if this set is right for you. Skill 7 out of 10. It can be actually a bit technical. I wouldn't recommend doing this as your first build, but it could be in your first 5, maybe with a little bit of breaks in there. I would really recommend paying attention during bags 2 and 3. You can't see a lot of what we did, but like a lot of this stuff comes from there. Aesthetics 9 out of 10. You can see inside the grates a little bit, which on its own wouldn't be enough, but then these post pieces are brown on blue and you definitely can see it, so I had to bump it down a little bit. I do really appreciate that there's no stickers on this one. I cannot reiterate that enough. I hate stickers and I'm so excited this one doesn't have any. Durability 8 out of 10. I feel like this is actually fine for like minor rough handling. If you drop it, it might break, but I feel like in 2 big pieces. Kind of a weird story, but I finished this one like 2 weeks ago and then just had like the launches and stuff, and so I never got around to reviewing it. I had it on the floor. I accidentally kicked it across the room. And you know what? It stayed intact. So there's that. Value 4 out of 10. The fairest way to compare sets like this against ones like this that are 1,300 pieces. I just posted the video on this, by the way, so you should go watch that. And against sets like that are 2,600 pieces is to break it down to price per brick. By the way, I use bricks and pieces interchangeably. Same thing. There are some things that can affect that price per brick, like licensed IP. There's nothing with this. And then weird pieces. There is a sound brick in here. So I definitely could see that affecting the price per brick a little bit. This costs $9.99 and has 906 pieces, giving this an 11-cent price per brick. It's honestly not great, but I do think that the sound brick affected that a little bit. Time 5 out of 10. Usually it can place like 350 to like 425 pieces per hour. This one took me 2 hours and 28 minutes and it has 906 pieces, meaning I averaged 362 pieces per hour, which isn't terrible. It's within the range. It's fine. Joint 9 out of 10. This is a super biased rating for me, but let me explain why I feel this way. It is a really fun build, but the technical bits took a little bit too long. Also at the end, they don't really show you how to use the unique feature very well in the booklet, so I had to look up a video, but I spent way too long trying to figure out what I did wrong just to discover I didn't do anything wrong. Overall A tier, it's really good. It makes incredible decor. I've been trying to be more picky with my S tiers, and I feel like the value and then like the post things, and there's just like little tiny things that make it hard for me to put it in S tier if I'm being very strict with it. I do feel like this could probably fall in S tier though too, but I'm gonna put it in A because I'm not sure. This build is 8 bags and kind of has sections. I say kind of because it's a bit of a stretch. Bags 1 through 4 is the mechanics and bags 5 through 8 are the aesthetic details. The aesthetic detail bags go incredibly quick because it's fairly simple. The other bags have a lot of odd pieces and you definitely have to pay a bit of attention. During the first bag, you definitely do a lot of placing the layout. Since pretty much the whole bag is constructed in the first bag, you can quickly see how big this set will be. Not that it's big, but you know what I mean. Because this set looks really cutesy, I was really surprised during the build how technical the second and third bags get. That's not a criticism. I do like techniques and technical builds. It's just the whole technical part gets covered so well during the second section. You wouldn't have any idea how technical everything is underneath. The second bag is really constructing the mechanics for the tuner. If you didn't use a radio growing up, I'll really quickly explain how they work. The numbers on the radio refer to the frequency the sound is being broadcast at. So 101.5 or 95.1 aren't just fun numbers. They're actually the frequencies. The frequency is picked up via usually an antenna, and then the radio can play the sounds being translated at that frequency. Radio waves are all around us and generally are safe unless they are concentrated and shot at a small area of the body. You're fine. Usually even if that happens, it just causes the skin to heat up and can lead to burns. I remember learning about all this in school, but it's wild to me that someone actually discovered this. It also makes you wonder what is waiting to be discovered today, like how radio waves were waiting to be discovered at one point. I know radio isn't as popular of a thing today, especially with Bluetooth. Why would I want to listen to ads when I can just make my own playlist right through my phone and can easily skip music if I don't want to listen to it? But radio waves were really revolutionary and drastically changed the world. Radio and telegraph machines rapidly allowed for people to get real-time news in a way that wasn't done before. From everything I can tell, your only option was mail, which if you think it's slow today, imagine a time before planes could bring your mail across the country overnight. It was expensive to send telegraphs, but now they could, and it was so much faster. My mom tells me sometimes how the internet and having cell phones really changed changed how quickly you get information. I don't honestly remember. I was born in the same year that Google was founded. But I'd argue that radio waves and our ability to utilize them changed the speed at which information travels way more than cell phones and the internet ever could. By the way, radios and telegrams aren't even over 150 years old. So if you think of the whole timeline of humans, this is relatively new technology. Speaking of technology, this has an incredibly unique feature I want to show at the end. You'll definitely want to watch that tutorial because I'm not gonna lie, I spent about like 20 minutes pulling it apart and putting it back together because I couldn't figure out how to get it to work. I definitely do think that the Lego booklet could have been a bit more clear on how to use this, but luckily Lego YouTube is a thing and I was able to look up videos of people using it, so to pay it forward, I'll show you at the end of this video. Again, thank you Tiago Catarino. Sometimes when I can't figure out how to use a feature like this, I always look to see what he does because he demos stuff like this and he's a former Lego designer. I also want to talk about how beautiful of a set this is. I think for Lego, there's a lot of sets that maybe are cool decor pieces if you're into Lego. Okay, the Eiffel Tower. I want that and I want to display it, but I think that's a set that only Lego fans could really appreciate. But this is a cute little set that you put out as home decor and then your friends come over and like, wait, that's Lego? Also, can I just say that this part of the build, specifically the front grate thingy, was a little repetitive. It looks good, but if there's one part of the build that I didn't enjoy, this would be it. Luckily, you pretty much immediately follow that part up with the antenna, which I think is a lot of fun. I also like that you can adjust the antenna around and the handle. I think that's really fun. Weird sidetrack, but I just thought of it. But for one of my birthdays as a kid, I got the Bratz radio CD player. Did anyone else have that or was it just me? It was like a giant lips radio, which is hilarious to think about. Really quickly, I'm going to show you how to use it. So you do have to flip it into the on position. I know that sounds stupid, but like it really does not make it clear within the booklet that that's actually functional. I was trying to do this and stuff to get it to work. It has to be in the on position. It's also very difficult to see if it's in the on position. But then as you tune it,
okay, caller, get that sound. A refrigerator breaking down.
So there's a bunch of unique sets. Let me try it again.
Good for the astronaut and good for your family. Ham salad.
I will warn you, I did see on TikTok someone talking about leaving it in the on position and it died, so I would turn it to off when you are not going to be demoing that. Allegedly, you can find replacements on Bricklink, but you don't want to make it die sooner than it needs to. Oh, also, I just like this little posability. I didn't mention this, but like the little antenna going up and down and like the option to put this up or down. I really like it. I didn't mention that. But the other way you can use it when your sound brick dies is you can take this. There's like a little dot you just stick your finger under. It pulls up and then hold on. So then you can take your phone and put it in here. And then you can press play on your music and then isn't that fun? And then, yeah, when you want to pull it out, you just pull this up a little and then you pull it out. Usually, like, it's a little easier, but I'm doing this backwards so I can show you. But that is always an option, and I think that's very fun. Like, I kind of like that they put something in there for when it, like, the sound brick will eventually die, you know? I know that being able to go in the back won't be 100% the same, but it's still a nice little feature and a fun little thing you can do, so I appreciate it. Some other little things, I love the color scheme, even though it's horribly inaccurate. It's supposed to be a 1970s radio, and, like, I could find green ones, but they mostly look like they're, like, wood or metal. This blue, couldn't find it. Blue is my favorite color, in case you couldn't tell. I also love the custom pieces within this. I love like the little tuning part here that shows you what you're on. The AM, FM thing I thought was a very fun detail. Overall, like, really happy with it. Also, no stickers. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm gonna put this down for a second and we're gonna talk. I just wanna say really quick, I have gotten a bunch of new friends recently. This morning, I literally woke up and I was at like 2,800 subscribers, and I was gonna mention in this video, like, hey, like, if you wouldn't mind subscribing so we can get to 3. Look. No, like, hold on. Look it. Focus on this, please. Can you see my subscribers? Can you see that? Why is it not focusing? Okay, there we go. You see? Crazy. Like, crazy. I have been seriously blown away over the growth on this channel. I'm now blurry. I have been blown away by the growth on this channel. This has been, like, honestly, this means the world to me. I have, like, literally the most insane week. I don't know if this is gonna get posted this week, but, like, I've had the most insane week this week. I have, like, a TikTok that's popping off. I have my video that's popping off, and my short on YouTube that's popping off. It's literally been insane, and I'm so grateful. And thank you so much. I really, really hope that I can continue to make Lego. No, I'm going to continue to make Lego content, but like I'm so happy to do it with a bunch of new friends. So thank you so much for subscribing and doing that. It means the world. Also, I did just mention that I did this. I am working on getting members only videos. So if you want more content from me in a week, because 2 videos is not enough, hopefully that'll be up and running soon. I'm going to do sets like I have the upscaled baby astronaut that I really want to do, and like a lot of gift with purchases. The hard part with wanting to do that like as main channel videos is that they don't generally perform well because they're kind of hard to find after they go away. So like from an algorithm standpoint, it's not the best thing to be doing, but I still really like those videos and really want to be able to post them. So that's where then I think it'd be a good idea to make those members only videos. As of right now, when this is going to be posted, I should be California. I'm not 100% when this is going to be posted, but I'm probably visiting family in California. I go back a lot to visit my family in case you didn't know that, but I'll be back. So I'm not like 100% sure what will be going on because I won't be able to work on the content. I wish I could just take down my studio and take it with me, but that is not feasible. I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching my channel. Okay, bye.